What is good in your world, beautiful soul? It's me, Nicole P, your spiritual barista, serving up wisdom, guidance, and inspiration from the cards. The Three of Swords, Saturn in Libra. I want to share with you a deep insight. I think it's deep, but it's like this revelation that came to me about this card. Now, I just got done recording a reading, and it's up here on this channel. You can check it out. It's an energy reading for the week ahead, or it's really like a timeless tarot, because I think the message can be applied to any point in one's journey, so to speak, right? And this was the first card that came out, the Three of Swords. And so as I was putting my cards away, I was like, there's so much more to this card that I really want to delve into. Like, what is some deeper messages, and how does it apply to us as humans in this healing journey, in this dance called life? Now, cosmic connection, as I mentioned earlier, Saturn in Libra. So the planet of limitations, the planet of boundaries, of sacred contracts, of time. Now, yes, Saturn can be very constraining, but everything has its constraints. Everything has its ways that it's like very limiting, and ways that it is very expansive, right? So there's always a contraction and an expansive energy to all planets and all experiences, energies in life, okay? So Libra, goddess of justice energy. We have Empress energy. So there's the songstress, this beauty, and also this way of having a very firm conviction. Like, this is like badass energy, that Libra energy. And so then the video that I recorded with the reading, just so happened that the World card came up as well. And I hadn't put it all together. It was this card, the World card, and the 10 of Swords. And this is what I wanted to talk about with this card. Okay, so I'm going to put the card down. Listen, sometimes in life, we get so accustomed and comfortable with the swords in our hearts. Okay? Sometimes we get so comfortable with them that we end up being able to adapt and move around the pain. And when it comes time that we have the space or the safety and consciousness to start to do the work of pulling out the swords ever so gently, to allow our heart to heal, we choose not to. Because we've become so accustomed to having them there that it's almost easier to continue on. And in our minds, we think it's safer to carry on living with that constraint, living with that contraction, living with that limitation of a pierced heart. And at times, it then becomes the narrative. And that narrative hinders our ability to really be expansive, to really feel and be in relationships with one another. Not only just with one another, but I should say also relationships in our careers, in our businesses, in the simple fact or act of enjoying life, of peace and ease. It's almost that it becomes a badge of honor. It becomes a way of survival, because we don't know how to survive without having these swords in our heart. And it becomes almost scary to take them out, because it's become a badge of honor. It's become so much part of our narrative that it's almost easier to live with that pain of the swords in our hearts, the contraction, than to actually start to take them out and embark on that healing journey that allows for so much more joy and creativity and peace and ease and love in a whole other way. And so when this card comes up, it may be asking you to think, and not just think here, but think with your heart, think with your belly, think with your whole being. Are there any swords, either big or small, that are lodged in my heart, that I have become so accustomed to having them there. Right? Is there some sort of piercing that is calling to be healed? Am I holding on to the swords, this piercing in my heart, as a way to survive? Am I in a space that's now safe where I can pull this out? And what are my fears about actually starting to gently, with love, pull the swords of all different sizes out of my heart? Does that make sense to you? Because it's very easy to just allow those piercings, those swords to stay there, because you get accustomed. We're adaptable. We're fascinating creatures because we can adapt so easily, and then that adaptations become habits, and the habits may not be the most conducive to our healing, to our joy, to our creativity. It's like we cut ourselves off. And then we say, oh, it's because I'm pierced and I have these holes in my heart and I have these swords that I'm carrying. It's an intense card. Not only just for like the heartbreak and deceptions and things that come up, but this card asks us to really go deep and see, what are we harboring in our hearts? What swords are we harboring and we have for so much time, and they're really wanting to come out? And how then do we have the courage and the strength to actually say, I am going to do this? Because once again, that call to be in song, to be in beauty, to be really empowered, right? It gets cut off. So, my love, the next time this card comes up for you, reflect on what I just shared and see what makes sense. Feel to what makes sense. And ask your body, ask your soul, ask your heart, what is calling to slowly be pulled out so that you, my friend, may dance freely, that you may embark on the journey of healing. I'm raising my cafecito to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope these words have served you in some way, shape, or form. Mad love to you, beautiful soul. Peace.